We're finally here and now. This is an album that you guys have asked for again and again and again. So you're anticipating, and I am more excited than I've ever been before. This is Madvillain's Madvillainy! Palpable excitement! I'm sitting here in a heat wave, in Bermuda shorts. And on a completely separate note, I have socks with my own face on them. Soaking in sweat. We haven't even opened the cellophane yet. Oh, you guys have gone on and on about this album. You've told me that I'm so going to enjoy it. Doom and Madlib. We've already listened to Madlib before. We have listened to Madlib on Freddie Gibbs and Madlib's Bandana. And you guys, I listened to it and you guys said, no, you should listen to Pinata. I can't win. But we're going to listen to Madvillain. This, I would assume this is a supergroup. Comprised of Doom and Madlib. Doom is the rapper, Madlib's the producer. You guys hold Madlib in very high esteem. And then another subset of you hold Doom in high esteem. And someone also pointed out that Doom has been in the intro for every Discover video that we've ever done. Check it out, it's always been there. Subliminal. I like the cover, that is class. I also especially like the unnecessary square of orange. For most people, that might be unnecessary. For me, orange being my favourite colour, this album, just for a moment in time, blends exactly with my wall. If you've ever considered what it might be like to have one small portion of your body being invisible, say 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, if you've got part of your anatomy, part of your body that is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches that you would like nobody to ever see ever again, then this is it! If you hold it against an orange wall! It's alright, this is my life. This is my life. I do like this mask. This makes this guy look like a superhero, and I suppose the fact that the band, would you call two people a band? I've always said you can call two people a band. Pet Shop Boys were a band. Duo. Doom and Madlib. This looks like a superhero, but actually, it's very likely to be a super villain, a mad villain. I get it, mad villain, Madvillainy. Right, let's just pierce the cellophane and get on with our lives, right? And I'm going to try out a new idea now. This isn't gatefold, I can tell. So I'm going to try and take people's suggestions up and just slit. This is, you'd think, I've got like 150 records down there. You'd think I'd have tried this before. Just slitting the cellophane, but leaving it on. Slitting it, but leaving it on. We've got 2 records. I didn't realise it would be 2 records. Right, let's just pull both records out at the same time. Let's be done. Oh, I suppose the downside actually of keeping the cellophane on is that it's going to be forever shiny. We're not going to get that nice matte finish thumb. Ugh! No matte finish thumb. Does it matter? Sleeves. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum. Ah! It's white. Times 2. Jimmy White times 2. There's no doubting the name of the record label. This will be record 1. Because we have 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 1B, 2B, 3B, etc. Record label. And then slab 2. 1C, 2C, 3C, 4C, 5C, 6C, 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D. Record 1. We're going to be starting with 1A, the illest villains. What if it's not meant for me? Love. Come on. I'm almost certain we're just a stone's throw from eternal enjoyment, according to you guys. Here we go. Hey, just slightly spat on it then, it's alright. Just imagine listening to this record in the drizzle, in the kind of rain that gets you really wet. Not sexually. Oh, there is palpable excitement. Palpable. Imagine Emperor Palpatine about to listen to the Birdie song by the Tweets. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Well, immediately panning round the senses.
As luck would have it, one of America's two most powerful villains of the next decade
is turned loose to strike terror into the hearts of men.
Yes.
To shock women into
He's alive!
hysteria.
He's alive!
The villains themselves were ultimately responsible for much of the popularity. Audiences loved to hate. The importance of the villain was not overlooked. Of course, one of the worst of all was the Madvillain. They had no code of ethics.
What's the matter? I was only trying to...
Oh, yes.
Get to work on these boys. Anybody bring a gun for me?
Yeah, here's one.
Not one, but two.
Typical villain releases included
I know they're going to kiss me, but don't let
Doom and
anyone treat me
Madlib.
like that. Please, doctor, help me.
and a sequel.
Master of all.
And both the villains
Yes.
meet in
Your mother was the lightning.
two historical figures,
He's alive!
outlaws and desperados at that, the villainous pair of really nice boys who just happen to be on the wrong side of the law. 360 degrees, and similar sequences could not be defeated.
Oh,
Villains who possess supernatural abilities.
This sounds like it could be a-
Villains who were the personification of
a
carnage.
concept album
Madvillain,
involving what it'd be like to live a day in Dr. Doom's shoes.
Perhaps it is due to this seminal connection that audiences can relate their experience in life with the villain's
Seminal.
dastardly doings.
Louder! Ooh. That sounds like something off Jeff Buckley's Grace. This is our last goodbye. I'd hate to see the love between us
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll
So
be
is
the
this
hour they
MF
knock the
Doom
slick blaster.
that I'm hearing for the first time?
Dastardly and with sick laughter, a gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. ICE Cole, nice to be old. Y2GSD twice to threefold. He sold scrolls, lo and behold. Know who's the illest ever, like the greatest story told. Keep your glory, gold and glitter. But half of his niggas will take him out the picture. The other half is rich and it don't mean shit to. Villain, a mixture between both with a twist of liquor, chasing with more beer. Tasting like truth for dear. When he at the mic, it's like the place get like, oh yeah. It's like they know what's about to happen. Just keep your eye out like I Captain.
Bass.
Is he still a fly guy clapping if nobody ain't hear it? And can they testify from in the spirit? And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords, and they hold the mic in your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it. Yeah, it's like the end to the means. Fuck type of message that sends to the fiends. That's why he bring his own needles and get more cheese than Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos. Slip like Freudian, your first and last step to playing yourself like accordion.
Playing yourself like an accordion.
When he at the mic, you don't go next. Leaving pussycats like why hoes need Protex. Exercise index won't need Bowflex and won't take the one with no skinny legs like Joe Tex.
Oh yes. Louder! Oh. I like the back of the the album cover.
Tripping off the beat, kinda dripping off.
Holding a massive old school sampler.
Track to half, sane either in a slow beat or that's the speed or at the cane. Laughter, pain, throwing songs lit in the booth with the best host, doing bong hits on the roof in the West Coast. He's at it again, mad at the pen.
MC Doom beats Madlib.
In a bad hat for men, grind the cinnamon, Manhattan warmongers. You can find the villain in satin, gongas. The van screeches, the old man preaches about the gold sand beaches. The cold hand reaches for the old tanner.
That's cool. We're built on a kind of shakery drum beat. Ooh.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
we're gonna go into a bit of Robbie Williams there, but I like so far.
Debut grand opening of Madvillain Bistro, Bed and Breakfast, Bar and Grill, Cafe Lounge on the water.
Smooth beats,
Where we offer
powerful
you
bass
the
lines.
finest of the finer things.
How do you do?
24 hours a
How you
day,
doing? How you
7
doing?
days a week,
How you doing?
5
How do you do?
days
How you
a
do?
year. Live
How
on
you
the
do?
beats. We
How
have
you
the
do?
one and only Madlib.
How do you do?
How do you do?
We also have
How do you
King
do?
Ghidra on the mix. Victor Vaughn. Quasimodo.
God, I keep thinking we're gonna go into like a bit of Robbie Williams rock DJ.
The super villain.
Shh. He never said that.
No, just lay back, have
Oh,
a good time. Enjoy
sounds
the music,
massive.
You know what I'm saying? I like to dedicate this next joint to my man,
Oh.
you know, Big Hookie and Baba.
Baba don't.
2212.
2212.
With no headshot, he said it's been a while. Got a breadwinner style to get an inner child to finna smile. And that's no exaggeration. The doctor told the patient it's all in your imagination, Negro. What do he know about the buttery flow? He need to cut the ego. Tripping to date the metal fellow. Been ripping flows since New York plates was ghetto yellow.
Bottom, from the bottom top that homie paid, how you want me? My niggas take no like Kobe. Even with the arms of the hawk, you couldn't hold me from getting mine. Stovers we roll, smoking and getting by. Thanks rap, I ain't got a dime. Got me sneaking out and check out lines with bottles by the wayside. Smack them in the face, let them taste pride. Fakes try, hit up washed up like the shorelines. Do or die, ride how the tip turn, street turns. Keep me in this dirt like an earthworm. Woody spit hits and verse where brothers ever learn. Word for word, champ with a nerve, meeting the germ.
Ooh. I like those little bouncy vocal samples. Like someone is physically a human being made out of a spring, a coiled spring, bouncing around rapping. I mean, it's impossible, but imagine it. Thing on a spring, rapper on a spring, drinking spring water. Drinking spring water. Shh.
And come out to show them.
I just love
Like open the blues up and let some of the blues blood come out to show them.
music as collage,
And come out to show them, come out to show them, come out to show
film
them.
and TV.
Show them, come out to show them, come
Take
out to show them.
existing stuff and meld it.
Listening to music while stoned.
Create new, create extra, create better.
And grasp will change musical habits for the better.
America's most flooded. Soon as you start sleeping, catching you off guard. We rhythm now, huh?
Such strong bass lines.
Close around the phonograph.
Quaz, when he really hits star mode, never will he boost loose Phillies with the barcode, or take a whole carload on a wasted trip, or sit wide out lace tip from tip with yip. Some rather baggies, other like they cracks and vows. Catch a tag, roll a bag of swag in a black and metal. Sometimes you might need to detox. It can
I
help
love
you
old
with your
school,
rhyme and your
scratching.
beatbox. Old spike to your surprise, turn a Newport light to a joint right before your eyes. Tear a page out the good book, hear it how you want it.
America's most splendid.
Doom, the mad villain killing mad boom. Consume weed and drink brew till we perfume the room. The beat conductor smoke 24/7. Shady.
You can even ask my reverend. Willie knows.
Featuring Quasimodo.
Last go. I sparked the lie. But don't f with speed, the trees will see. Quasimodo crew.
We get keyed. The most bloody.
Is that Madlib's alter ego, or was that Freddie Gibbs?
Hood rap. When you try to react.
Even your pops got smacked.
Even your mom's got crack. Meanwhile,
even your mom's got crack.
You drop X, you can have the sex.
No, I smoke drinks. Throw me a shade. Watch the cigarette. I got the fat sack. All day 100. America's most blunted.
Blunted. I like that. Drop.
Creativity. It's a known fact that grass increases creativity from 8 to 11 times. In fact, everyone finds that they're more creative stoned than straight. So remember...
M-A-R-I-J-U? A-J-U-A-N-A.
Love it. Sound collage.
Marijuana. Marijuana.
Whoa! Ah! 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 This sounds like a villain driving an ice cream van. Ooh. Oh, that's fantastic. Like I was saying earlier, this music is built on strong, looped beats and incredibly powerful, simple bass lines. And a multitude of samples, like flicking through someone's scrapbook. Someone with a eclectic life, not someone who just sits in watching old episodes of Big Bang Theory. Whoa! Yes! Fresh out of crack. Who knows what is watching you? Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. It's like people in this country drinking TCP. Oh wow. Yeah! Oh! This is like this is like Some sleazy 50s Pulp Fiction. Miles Davis is involved. Oh. Ellery Queen. Ooh. This is just beautiful. This is like Dick Tracy wearing a huge... You need to be wearing a huge yellow coat. Yes!
This villain was a ruthless, masked conqueror with aspirations to dominate the universe.
We've got to stand up. We go from Ipanema,
Villain get the money like curls. They just trying to get a nut like squirrels in his mad world. Land of milk and honey with the swirls, where reckless naked girls get necklaces of pearls. Compliments of the town jeweler. Left back now, schooler, trying to sound cooler. On the microphone known as the crown ruler. Never lied to Ma when we said we found the moolah. 500 something dollars.
Oh, yes.
Right there in the street. Huh. Now let's try and get
this is like
eat.
kind of...
Then he turned 4 and started flowing to the poor.
It's like sitting like a 1930s cabaret.
Kept the drawer in the drawer. A rhyming klepto.
On your day off, was being like a noir detective.
Life is like a folklore legend. Why you're so stiff, you need to smoke more, brethren. Instead of trying to riff with the broke war veteran. Spliff made him swore he saw heaven, he was 7. Yup, you know it. Growing up too fast. Showing up to class with my wet in a flask. He asked the teacher if he leave, will he pass? His girl is home alone, he trying to get the... If you wanna sip, get a
trying to get the
fountain glass. How I'm supposed to know where your mouth been last? Hand so fast it can outspin flash. Known to smoke a whole mountain of hash to the ash. Boom, fast, leave the doom with the stash. Consumers in the smash. Doom, get the cash.
Oh yes. This is what you can imagine Terry Jones playing this part naked. Ooh. Shh. Whoa. Yes! Madvillain! You're mine, Penelope! You're all mine.
The villain took on many forms.
Let he who is without sin catch the first stone. After you whose last is doom, he's the worst known. That'll have your boom blown or either thirst bone. Rockets won't burst, clone, just don't curse the groan.
Is this MF Doom again rapping now? Because this rapper is smooth as fuck. Ooh. Stereo.
The underhanded granted, planned it and left him stranded. The best, any who profess will be remanded. Yes sir, request permission to be candid. Granted, I don't think we can handle a style so
wow, these beats kick the ass.
Standard.
Desperate to get the tambourine out. You're going, don't get the tambourine out. We'll get the tambourine out. Shh.
Don't mind me, I wrote this rhyme lightly over 2 or 3 heinies. And boy was they fine, G. One black, one Spanish, one Chinese. It keeps the woody shiny around like a pine tree. Don't sign me, I'm about to get a mill without him. Crowd him off the shelf, he's the villain, and what about him? So, and he's a jerk, and you don't know him. Mad how he expand work, but won't show him. Poor guys, what a sight for whom saw 4 eyes. Now hook me with 2 apple pies and a small fries. All rise, so hard as a ruple. So
that
raw,
voice and these beats, this is perfect.
It's crucial, you can see it in his pupil. And this time when
like I was saying earlier, bear in mind that I jumped on this general style of mashing samples and record scratching with Dr. Octagon's Dr. Oct, the gynecologist in the mid-90s. 3,000! And I still put that Dr. Octagon album, that first album in my top 10 albums of all time. I like the follow-up, Moose Bumps, an exploration into horror manipulation or whatever it was called. But you guys didn't watch. Oh, these drums and bass. Fucking like that.
Muscle-bound karate expert concealed a razor edge which could lop the head off of a marble statue once propelled with notorious world takeover schemes and the most magnificent gadgets imaginable.
Batfink
rapidly grew healthy cash.
Hong Kong Fooey.
It is explained by a more comedic villain, the bald-headed Doom. This villain rose to incredible new heights of money-making, revenge, and extortion. Yes. Such was the magnitude of the typical villain.
Oh, this is that fading in there.
Very well then. A duel to the death.
A duel to the death. God. This is absolutely fantastic. This is the sort of stuff that I was listening to back in the days of DJ Shadow.
Today is the shadow of tomorrow. Today is the present future of yesterday. Yesterday is the shadow of today. The darkness of the past is yesterday. And the light of the past is yesterday. The days of yesterday are all numbered in some. And the word once, because once upon a time there was a yesterday. Yesterday belongs to the dead, because the dead belongs to the past.
Once upon a time there was a yesterday.
Today is the
past is yesterday.
Me, only from a better and happier point of view. My point of view is the thought of a better try. Reality, yesterday is eternity. The eternity of yesterday is dead. Yesterday is as one. The eternity of one is the eternity of the past. The past is once upon a time. Once upon a time is past. The past is yesterday.
The past is once upon a time.
The past is yesterday.
The past is yesterday. Once upon a time is yesterday.
The music is different here. The vibrations are different. Not like Planet Earth.
Oh, listen to that bass. Oh, the guitar rather.
The light of the past is a light which was. The wisdom of the past is a light of the past. The light of the future was a light which is to be. The wisdom of the future was the light of the future, see. Yesterday belongs to the dead.
Shadows of tomorrow.
To the living. The past is certified as a finished product. Anything.
I mean, I'm obsessed with time.
That which is perfect is finished. The perfect man is no exception.
Rolling on a time.
The perfect man of the past is made according to the rule
Everything
of the past.
deteriorating.
The rule of the past is a law of injustice and hypocrisy. The revelation of the meaning of the law is revealed through the law itself.
Smooth.
The wisdom of the past is the light of the past. The light which is to be. The wisdom of the future. The light of the future casts the shadows of tomorrow.
Effective vibrations.
Shadows of tomorrow.
Sun Ra. Sun Ra.
Sun Ra. Sun Ra.
Another place in the universe, up under different stars. That would be where the destiny would come in. First thing to do is to consider time as officially ended. We work on the other side of time.
The world is under attack at this very moment by the most powerful forces man has ever seen. Faith from the depths of the earth. Operation Lifesaver is in effect.
Oh, a little bit Streets of Rage. Oh, yeah.
Loud, caught me off guard. I went to breathe out, but then she made me cough hard. Contacted God and let him know to slip to him. Fine, and how are you doing? Can I get you a drink?
Operation Lifesaver, also known as Mint Test.
Her big button smile was like camo. Hit up the men's room, we need more ammo. Watch it 3 o'clock, a new recruit. That's her gin and juicy juice. Use to stick a juicy fruit. She She just knew she was cute. It's in her own best interests. Less stress. Hit her with the you need a mid test.
That is like 90s
dress to impress. I won't rest. Fellas don't fess.
Super Nintendo sounds.
Eat the whole thing of crest. It's been a long day. It's just how the song say.
Operation Lifesaver is in effect as of right now.
Operation Lifesaver is in effect right now. Are you with us?
You know what to do.
Can you do it?
And all you people listening out there, everybody, everywhere, hang on, hang on, hang
on. Terry Jones naked again. With like a kind of blue drummer. What was he called again? I forgot.
The rest is empty with no brain, but the clever nerd, the best MC with no chain you ever heard. Take it from the Tech 9 holder. David, don't know they neck shine from shine
it's
over.
Double one.
Everything that glitter ain't fish scale. Let me think, don't let her faint, get Ishmael. A shot of Jack got her back, it's not an act stack. Forgot about the cackalack, holler back, clack, clack, blocker. Villainy, feel in your heart, chocolate chart topper. Start shit stopper, be a smart shopper. Shot a cop day around the way, bout the stable. Who to know is too motor, wonder where the shooter go. About to jet, get him, not a bet, dead him. Let him spit the venom, said him, got a lot of shit with him.
Again, listen to that rolling.
Stronger in the other voice, we makes the joints that make them spread them butter moist, man, please. Stage made of panties, from the age of baby hoochies on to the grannies. Band me the dough rake, daddy, the flow make her fatty shake. Patty cake for fake. If he wasn't need a baker's man, he'd take her for her masters. Hit it once and shake her hand. Want some old thank you, ma'am, and ghost her. She can mind the toaster if she signed the poster. A whole host of roller coaster riders. Not enough tracks. Hot enough black. It's too hot to handle. You got blue sandals. Who shot you? Who got you? New spots to vandal. Do not stand still. Both show skills close, but no krills. Toast for polils. Post no bills. Coast to coast. Joe Smoes flows ill. Go chill. Not supposed to overdose. No dose pills. Off pride tykes talk wide, you scar me. Off sides like how Wharf ride with Starfleet. Old beats in my rhymes attack. A scary act, all black like Miss Mary Mack. Wait till you see him live on the piano. Doom sing soprano like una do ciano. Mama told me, glass of OE. Not to be troublesome, but I can sure use a quick shot of double rum. No stick of bubble gum. I like ice cream, we can skip the wedding. Have a nice dream, she only let him stick her head in.
Ooh. Oh shit, listen to that drum beat.
Madvillain. Jump on the track with the hardcore hustle. With the busload of niggas, this time we brought y'all muscle. My child's the one to uplift most, and it's confirmed. So tonight, let's bang this Madvillain music till it's adjourned. Who rushes in head first with the full force of a ram? So the source of the verse rehearses the course of a jam. Went to hell and back. Saw Delta selling crack. In fact, had to come back with the brother with the mask by yelling black. Power to the people who support raw music. Blessed from the start to keep uplifting progressive art. To come out and uplift words. Take verbalistic leaps to the next splurge.
Oh, these beats. Holy shit.
With the physical frame, whose mental was tamed to get over in this musical game. When the Madvillain breaks your dome, you'll see your integral depth was written for those that slept. We took 100% unpredictable steps. Who's the one to rock up a party with the vigilance urge? When smoking the ism, the vision is blurred, but vengeance is heard. And just
holy shit, put Betty Boo on the screen now.
In the shape of a mic, get pushed straight to your heart.
Betty Boo. I was thinking of Betty Boo. Remember Betty Boo from the 90s?
Havoc, beat this mad traffic, sleek and lavish, people speak and leak it to the maverick. He see it as just another felony drug arrest. Any day could be the one he picked the wrong thug to test. Slug through the vest, shot in the street for pulling heat on a father who babies gotta eat. And when they
I like the consistency in the sound of the drum beats.
Money now. Who's the real thugs, killers, and gangsters?
This album is just flowing
thank us.
like a collage of absolute fuck
again. There will be the chopped off heads of Leviathan. My friend, I call them strangers.
In a good way.
Anybody talk to them end up in some danger. can't reform them. They pray 4 times a day, they pray 5. Who ways is strange when it's time to survive? Some will go of their own free will to die. Others take them with you when they blow sky high. What's the difference? All you get is lost children while the bosses sit up behind the desk and cost billions to blast humans in half into calves and arms. Only one side is allowed to have bombs. It's like making a soldier drop his weapon, shooting him and telling him to get to stepping. Obviously, they came to portion up his fortune. Sounds to me like that old robbery extortion. Same game. You can't reform him.
Mahoney! Oh, Fancy Clown, featuring Victor Vaughn. I was really worried it was going to say Vince Vaughn then. Yes! Come on, this is going to be a record I come back to. But here we are, the first listen. 1, sweep of the vinyl, turn the record, sweep of the vinyl.
That Mary was going around with an old flame. That burned me up, because I knew he was just feeding her a line. But the guy really spent his money like water. I think he was connected, so I left. Outside it was raining cats and dogs. I was feeling mighty blue, and everything looked black. But I carried on.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
Yo, it's Victor. Playing all innocent homes is the foundation. Don't make me have to pound this 10 crown facing and risk being jammed up like traffic inbound from spacing. There's been a place for you in my heart since we first met. A teenage love that didn't feel no hurt yet. My boys warned me you was poison like BBD first cassette. And still I put my chips on the worst bets. Gave up the skirt, now I gotta hear from the street.
This is Ray J Dilla.
My name is dirt and sheet. You could have broke it off, ended it and did. And if you spoke soft, you could have still preserved the friendship. Now you apologize. That's what they all say. You wasn't sorry when you sucked them off in the hallway. But have a choice, raw, no foreplay. That's you if you wanna do, you wear a mask all day. And just today, I used to be proud of you, and you had some real good power. Probably kiss me later that evening, I should be.
That's deep.
Matter of fact, give me back my bracelet and my Sherlin. I'd rather waste it or give it to your girlfriend. She did let me stab it last week while you was working. Remember our vacation out to Maryland? I duped the maid Carolyn. She made me throw the towel in. Like old Foulman, the time I hit your mom's off, I told her knock it off, but she had to set the rocket off. Ain't enough room in this fucking town. When you see Tin Head, tell him be ducking down. I'm not romping around. He better be ready and prepared to be stomped in the ground.
Yeah. Be ready and prepared to be stomped in the ground.
Punch you up, so please stand by.
Ooh. Oh. That is old sampler style. Featuring Stacey Epps. EpiPen. Oh, it sounds like we're in a tunnel at night, dark. We're cycling, and we're really worried we're gonna. When you're cycling through a dark tunnel, when you're worried you're gonna hit a log, or was that just me? Ooh, holy shit, that's deep. I mean, literally deep. Take off those baby blue panties. Ooh, that bass line's a bit goblin. This is a bit deep red. This is like 70s horror progressive rock. This is deep red. Maybe it's even a sample of it. Oh! God! That was like a heavy beat stuck right up my arse. Dilla, 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 dilla. Dilla, 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 dilla.
So nasty that it's probably somewhat of a travesty having me. Then he told the people you can call me Kick Slow. Should've let your trick hold, chick hold your sick glow. Plus nobody couldn't do nothing once he let the brick go. And you know I know that's a bunch of snow. The beat is so butter. Peep the slow cutter as he utter the calm flow. Don't talk about my mom, yo. Sometimes
don't talk about my mum, yo. Oh.
Whip up a slice of nice verse pie, hit it on the first try.
Those sudden proximity effect vocals which do that are just blah. Madlib's something else, isn't he? And this Doom bloke, he's got the potential to become my new favourite rapper. Standing alongside Dr. Octagon, Kendrick Lamar, Freddie Gibbs, Tyler the Creator, Kanye West, King Coodie.
And you know it like a poet, like baby.
Just like all standing together like Force Ghosts at the end of Star Wars, but not shit. But not shit.
And they say he accosted the man with the sliced wig. Allegedly, the investigation is still ongoing in this pesky nation. He got the best con flowing. The pot doubles. Now they really got troubles. That man never go like snot bubbles.
Did he just say like snot bubbles? Oh, this is good. Oh, we're back in a 70s cop show. In fact, this is a 70s cop show, isn't it? That was a 70s cop show. Oh, holy fuck. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Oh.
Looks like it's going to be a great day today. To get some fresh air like a stray on a straightaway. Hey you, got a light? Nah, Bud Light. Early in the morning, face crud from like a mud fight. Looky here, it's just the way the
face cake like from a mud fight.
Mangle like Kurt Angle, rookie year. The rocket scientist with the pocket wine list. Some even say he might need some psychiatrist. Doom, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Yes.
Doom, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
She's like a foundling, barely worth fondling.
Are you yodeling like I'm yodeling? Are you fondling like I'm fondling?
Plays the bass like the race card. Villain on the case to break shards and leave a face scarred. Groovy dude, not to prove to be rude, but this stuff is like what you might put on movie food. What is jalapenos? Get it like a whooping when you holler at your seniors. Dollar, he can overhear the hashish finger. He just came from over there, the grass is greener. Last wish, I wish
he just came from over there, the grass is greener.
The door to the Matrix is mad glitches. Spit so many verses.
Can we just say right now, the grass is rarely greener? Women, listen to me, the grass is rarely greener.
Stay away from all the pairs of busted Timbs he don't use. He only keep them to decorate. If you wanna peep him, select a date and bring a deep check like checkmate. I kid you not, on the dotted line sign. Ever since a minor, kids consider him some kind of Einstein on a diamond mine grind.
Holy shit.
He was dumb fine, but not quite the type that you might wanna wine and dine. Couldn't find a pen, had to think of a new trick. This one he wrote in cold blood with a toothpick. On second thought, it's too thick. His assistant said, Doom, you sick. He said, true acoustics. Psycho, this flow is drowned in Lowry's seasoning. With micro power, he's sound and right reasoning. It's easy as pie, 3.14. One more, 1-4, smooth and they done
9535 145935.
Yeah.
There's a horse in the hospital!
Hold the cold one like he hold the old gun, like he hold the microphone and stole the show for fun, or a foe for ransom. Flows is handsome, O's in tandem, anthem, random, tantrum, phantom of the grand old Opry, ask the dumb hottie, mask, pump shotty, somebody stop me, hardly come sloppy on a retarded hard copy. After rockin' parties, he departed in a jalopy. Watch the drop top poppy, known as the grimy, limey, slimy, try me, blind me, simply smashing in a fashion that's timely, Madvillain dashing in a
That's a high note.
Spree. We rock the house like rock and roll, got more soul than a sock with a hole. Set the stage with a goal, to have the game locked in a cage, getting shocked with a pole. Overthrow it like throwing Rover up.
He's got more soul than a sock with a hole. He's got more soul than a sock with a hole. It's my favourite lyric so far.
Dogs, he got it like new powers. Woke up broke, spit the shit 2 hours. Been a leak since the blue club. Had your fam saying please make me a dub. Well, since you asked kindly, where he been behind the mask, who can't find me? You're blind in the wine zone, leave your mind blown when he shine with the 9. He's a rhinestone cowboy.
He's a rhinestone cowboy.
Oh no.
Enough.
The mask had a loose screw. Hell could hardly tell. Had to tighten it up like the Drells and Archie Bell. It speaks well of the hyperbase. Wasn't even tweaked and it leaked into cyberspace. Couldn't wait for the snipes to place. At least a track listing, bold print typeface. Stop for a year. Come back with thumbtacks. Pop for the beer. Where hip-hop sharecroppers used to wear flip-flops, now rare gear coppers.
We used to wear flip-flops.
You might as well not ask for no free shit, capiche? Oh, my aching hands from raking in grands and breaking in mic stands. Villain, the smile stun your chick while he put himself in your shoes, run your kicks. You heard it on the radio, tape it, play it in your stereo, your crew will go ape shit. Raw lyrics, he smells them like a hunch, the same intuition that tells him spike the punch. Curses, he's truly the worstest with enough rhymes to spread throughout the balanced universe. Let the beat blast, she told him wear the mask, he said you bet your sweet ass. It's made of fine chrome alloy, find him on the grind, he's the rhinestone cowboy.
Sometimes
He's a rhinestone cowboy. Sometimes a comedic.
Relentlessly horrifying.
Or relentlessly horrifying.
They were the foes of society.
They were the
whether
foes
fighting
of society.
The local sheriff,
whether fighting the local sheriff.
Or a secret agent.
Or a secret agent.
Frequently they mirrored our times. The gangster villains which rival real newspaper headlines of the present day. Collectively, they are the components which have fueled nightmares for decades to come. The villains.
Oh, if I could be naked now I would. Oh, yes! Oh, it's amazing. If I could be naked, I would now. And I'd play a theater organ now. Thank you, my mercenaries. That was Madvillains, who are Doom and Madlib. That was Madvillains' Madvillainy. And overall, I didn't know what to expect from it. You guys had told me that Madlib was very much an old school, samples, old records, splicing together, sample upon sample. Listening to that then, that did remind me elements of J Dilla, elements of the old school kind of 90s way of doing things with old samplers that look like this. The rapping style was kind of I'd say it was kind of traditional, but that's after listening to someone like Danny Brown, who to me is completely and utterly chaotic. And even to a certain extent, Kendrick Lamar's kind of cartoon voice. This was more old school, 3000. 3000. This was more kind of my youth. And if I had to kind of migrate towards a particular album in this genre, this is the sort of thing I'd probably go towards. And honestly, recently, holy shit, I've listened to album upon album that have all been excellent. There's been nothing bad. I mean, I started a while back, I listened to some Tyler, the Creator. And I got to say, in hindsight now, having listened to some more stuff, a lot of his albums did sound like kind of 90s indie. And yet, they're classed as rap. But going through with Kendrick Lamar and a bit of Kanye West, and especially Jay Dilla's album, which I've been listening to every single day. Yes! People thought I was mocking it on the first listen. That's because I didn't know the history there. I didn't understand that he did that on his deathbed, and he died 3 days after it was released. Yeah, there was a little label on the cover that kind of mentioned it, but I was just listening to it as music, first experience, sweep of the needle. But I've been listening to that album pretty much every day, and it's fantastic, and it's a grower. It's a grower, it's a grower and a shower. And I think the same with this one. This is just amazing. I want to experience more. And I think some people think that me going on my hip-hop odyssey, my hip-hop journey, is some kind of novelty act. But it's not. I love music. And this stuff is genuinely fantastic. And it's kind of like I want to emphasize to the world just how good this is. Because yeah, it's now, I mean, rock is dead. And this is now more popular. I don't need to sell this to people. People understand. But do you know what? The general public out there are still listening to Heart FM. They're still listening to pop music on the radio. And yeah, rock may be dead, but I'm not sure. I don't think everyone's out there listening to Madvillain either. So I think you and I mean, maybe I'm not talking about Kanye West here, I admit. Maybe we're not talking about Kanye West here. But overall, you and I, we're still existing in a world between worlds. We're falling between the cracks every day. We exist in niches. We are the grains in the wood. Thank you, my Mercurial mercenaries. Over and